But we do have everyone readied up. 5 seconds left and we'll get this match started. Ms.X versus Missy for the Ms.QuakeCon finals. We are now underway. Gonna start out by following Missy. Immediately we've got an attack. Actually Ms.X getting tracked down by Missy. Whatever she did to her computer was gorgeous for her because she came out here already on the board 1-0 over her clan mate. Now remember, Ms.X is coming from the winner's bracket. She has yet to lose here. And Missy, if she does win this map, is going to have to fight it out for another map to win this one.
Absolutely. Following Missy right now, after picking up that RA, she's headed back to it for the second red armor spawn of the map. It may be contested here in just a moment. Missy has managed to fight Ms.X off. 92 life, 200 armor now. She's going to wait for that second mega health spawn. She picks it up, absolutely stacked right now. Takes a little bit of splash damage from the rocket of Ms.X, and she hears the railgun hum of Ms.X. That's a lethal sound for one to hear and be on the other end of. A battle takes place. Plasma versus lightning gun on the bridge above red armor, and both players just back off. Meet again in the center atrium of the pentagram room. A nice rail by Missy, putting on the score 2-0.
Now Missy obviously learning from her last match, and she played against Pereyda and she had some trouble timing things, didn't have the red armor, didn't have the mega health. This time, that's not the case. Instead, it's Ms.X is having trouble. Ms.X now waiting for that mega to spawn. She will pick it up to 192 health, but she hasn't gotten a hold of the armor yet. Ms.X now backing up to look for that red armor while Missy comes in right in time, dodging the rockets. Can she steal it away? Yes, she will. Missy has the red armor again. Ms.X was hoping to grab that one and turn things in her favor, but as it stands, 1 minute and 38 seconds in, it is a 2-0 game, and Ms.X is grasping, begging for something to break in her favor to take some control back on this map.
Missy's got her cornered. She knows exactly where she's at as Ms.X just picks up the yellow armor, 88-50. Missy at a 194-170, dropping down on the red armor. Absolutely stacked. She stayed stacked for the entire length of the match so far. They're going to battle in the center level. Lightning gun versus plasma. Missy's going to switch to a rocket launcher and then a rail shot. It will connect. 41 life of Ms.X. Got Missy trying to chase down for the conversion, dodging a couple of grenades thrown by Ms.X. Brings that lightning gun out back by the armor shard hallway, and she's going to be forced to back off because her red armor will be spawning momentarily.
Well, what Ms.X has going for her right now, she does have the yellow armor. She also needs to get herself some health because right now at 65 health, 46 armor, she doesn't stand a chance. It's there. You see a rail shot coming through. Ms.X down to 11 health. Missy barely breaking a sweat. Switching views right there. There you see it. All it took was one rocket. Body parts went flying. And it is now a 3-0 game. We're just getting started in this 15-minute matchup. Obviously, we've seen in the past that these guys, you know, they can make this work for them, right? They can turn things around. Missy did it in her last match. Ms.X having to get used to a sensitivity she's not really comfortable with. She was having some trouble with her setup. And, you know, that can really set you off when you're getting ready to go into a game. Missy, 182 health, 82 armor. Ms.X, on the other hand, 70 health, 25 armor. She's barely seen the other side of 100 with either of her attributes, and that's not a good position to be in.
Absolutely. We're going to have another battle over by the red armor. This is a popular spot of the map for these two ladies. Missy forcing Ms.X off of the red armor spawn with some rail shots and a couple of rockets down by the lightning room as the battle moves to the opposite side of the map. Missy's got a rail gun trained up on the yellow armor spawn. Ms.X staying down below, back towards the red armor. Missy oblivious to her location right now, waiting to pick up that mega health. 293, dropping back to pick the red armor up. They're going to have a nice confrontation. Rocket versus plasma. Ms.X switches to rockets, lands a very nice shot, puts herself on the board for the first frag of the map for herself.
Very good exchange going on between these two. They're going to start fresh, and we have a 4-1 game right now. Ms.X finally on the board. She has 85 health, dropping down, taking 10 away from herself. Looking for that mega to spawn in. Instead, she sees rockets coming from her opponent. She's going to have to abandon all hope of stealing that one away. Instead, Missy runs in and waits for that mega. Ms.X content for now to fall back and get that yellow, but is that going to cost her as Ms.X down to 36 health, shafted to shreds by Missy as Missy chases her down. Missy now with 170 health, 52 armor. Ms.X, she got a frag on the board, but she desperately needed a conversion there. She's got to be hoping that something turns in her favor as once again Missy stealing yet another power up from her. And look at Missy, incredibly aggressive, landing all her rail shots. Ms.X grasping for any health she can find, and there is just not much left on this level right now.
Missy cornering Ms.X once more. Mega Health spawn. She's going to pick that up immediately on the spawn. 195 life now as she heads over towards the red armor. She's going to try and acquire that power-up as well. She has 2 rockets left on her ammunition monitor as she heads out towards the middle level, trying to locate Ms.X. Fully loaded up on armor and life, and misses 1 rail, throws a rocket up. She is now out of rockets, drops down to the bottom level, trying to get a fix on a Ms.X.
Okay,
she is moving across the top.
Something going on. Okay, I was going to say, Ms.X has been running around with a gauntlet now for about 30 seconds, and I thought there may be a chance. She had just said, you know what?
Calling it this early?
But then, no, she switched back to her weapons, and so I'm not going to call her that. I was going to give her a shot here because she was scaring me a little bit. But she's picked up some important weapons. She actually used them when she saw her opponent. So I was a little worried, but now I'm okay with 5 minutes, 45 seconds having elapsed thus far, and we're still at a 5-1 game.
It looks like Missy's been warming up a little bit. Her item timing has been spot on from the very beginning of this match. It's much different than we saw the last time she played. As she grabs another frag from Ms.X, she almost willingly gives it to her, says, you know what, just send me the rockets, I'm right here. Puts another frag on the scoreboard for her, 6-1 now, and absolutely stacked, still on life and armor. Ms.X doing very little damage to her teammate Missy as she is trying to battle for the win here in the Ms.QuakeCon 2005 Grand Finals.
All right, so Ms.X has managed to get a mega health, but she really needs the armor. I mean, the mega is nice to have, but that armor is the key. Ms.X raining down rockets from above cannot keep Missy from stealing away yet another red armor. Ms.X doing everything she can, and this is smart for her. Basically, stay away, let Missy come past her line of fire, try to do some damage, and keep picking away just a little bit at a time.
Yeah, but Trillian, she's down by 5 frags. She can't afford to do that right now.
Well, she has enough time, though. I mean, we're not yet at the halfway point, and, you know, it's not terrible. She's down, it's 6-1, 5 frags. You can still make that up. At some point, she is going to have to become more aggressive, but that may also put her in a position of just giving up frags. So she wants to hold out off of that as long as she possibly can. And you're right, though. It is getting close to that time where that's no longer going to be an option for her.
Almost 7 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock, almost halfway through this match already. And if Ms.X wants to make this happen for her, she's going to have to step it up a little bit. Missy in a little bit of trouble here, 43 life, 47 armor. Just a well-placed rocket could take her out, but there she goes, picking up the mega health right on cue. 136-40 now. Will she be able to acquire yellow armor as well? She will. And I take a look over at Ms.X, 160 armor of 67 life, and they are both in a very nice shape to battle, and they're going to on the upper level by the rocket launcher spawn. Ms.X landing some very nice plasma shots onto Missy, leaving her with only 95 life, and if she could just get to her and throw a few more of those plasma balls on her, she could have another frag on the scoreboard.
So this is going to basically tell us how important that red armor is, because Ms.X did steal away one of those red armors, and she's trying to use that to her advantage, still holding on to 98 armor, now has the mega health. She's gone to the red armor bridge, and she's listening for it. Missy comes into the line of sight, but look at that rail coming out for Missy, landing yet again. These guys are pretty evenly matched right now with 140 health, 32 armor for Ms.X, and Missy over there with 97 health, 136 armor. So these guys are ready for a duel, and we want them to give it to us. Ms.X right now going for that rail. She's taking her time. She's actually slowing this down, and she's going to come into view just in time to get nailed by a shot from her opponent, Missy. So Ms.X, you know, she had everything she needed to get into a good battle and potentially gain her second frag. Missy's aim completely stopped her in her tracks.
And it was a beautiful prediction as well. She was creeping along the bridge, knew her opponent was coming up to get a rail, and she had that crosshair ready for her when she appeared through the corridor. Missy now 136 of 71, Ms.X a 91 of 100, and that last battle was the closest I've seen their life and armor meters throughout the entire match. Missy has stayed well above Ms.X for the duration of the 9 minutes and 10 seconds that have passed so far. We're going to have another battle. Ms.X just throwing a rocket down onto the red armor, try and do a little damage, peel off a little bit of that life and armor that Missy has gained the advantage over her, and she's going to move to the pillar hall right now. Ms.X on the opposite side of the map, trying to stay as far away from her as she can until she powers up and she's ready to do battle on her terms.
So an important thing to note that is you know, Missy's up 6-1, right? If she wins this one, this isn't over though. Ms.X is going to have to lose twice for this to be Missy's win. I mean, this is just one map. She's got to get the 2 wins to actually become the Ms.QuakeCon finalist winner, grand final, super duper goddess of everything. So 9 minutes, 55 seconds having gone by. We're down to about the 5-minute point, and it is pretty safe to say as we get up to an 8-1 score that Ms.X can no longer stand by and let Missy come to her. She's going to have to start chasing her down. Ms.X does have the red armor briefly there. Now trying to get some damage in, using that plasma gun. Missy with a full complement of weapons, able to just toss everything at Ms.X. And Ms.X going to have to hide among the pillars at the yellow armor and hope that she can get a hold of that yellow. And instead, she's going to catch a rail right between the eyes and find herself in a precarious position of losing this first match. Currently 9-1, 10 minutes, 35 seconds gone by.
And you know, Trillian, I've just not seen the things I need to see to be able to say that I think Ms.X can come back now. Missy is just playing too strong, and I think she's got Ms.X shaken up with her item timing. But you also got to wonder, is the sensitivity problem she was having before the match coming into play here?
Of course. I mean, it's like anything. When you're on the net, you got to deal with lag. And when you're on LAN, something else is always going to be different because you're not using your computer. You're using your peripherals, but not your computer. And that's going to cause some problems as we do have a, what was that right there? I think we saw, yep, sure enough, Missy blowing herself up. Ms.X down to 10 health, hoping to get a frag there, but Missy stole the glory from her, but did make this game a little bit closer, but not close enough for Ms.X to make her come back. She really needed to get the frag and be able to start a conversion run if she's going to stand any chance. Right now, 8-1, 7 frag difference. We're down to the final, what, 3.5 minutes left to go?
3.5 minutes to go. 100 life, a 71 armor for Missy, and she is just waiting for a mega health or red armor spawn. They come within moments of each other, and she has timed them that way on purpose as she drops down for the mega health, and she's going to come back up and attack the red armor from above the bridge, taking a moment to just tiptoe her way through. There's the red armor, timed absolutely perfectly for her to get to it. Taking both of those powers up, she is very strong right now. Throws the rocket from the bottom level up to the mid level. Ms.X will receive some splash damage from that shot as she backs off to the armor shard hallway, picks those up as well, taking every inkling of anything that Ms.X could want to get her back into this game from her.
So 12 minutes, 15 seconds have gone by. We're down to the final moments, and honestly, Ms.X, you know, what do you do in this situation? If you're aggressive, you're going to lose frags. If you're not, then what are you going to do? As Ms.X dropping down, Missy saw her on the way down, caught her with a rocket, claiming yet another point on the board. This is not what I expected to see in the finals, as we are seeing Ms.X getting obliterated by her clanmate and her opponent. I mean, this is her friend that normally she's playing side by side with, and right now it has to be her enemy. So we're looking at this. What, we got 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left to go. Battle over the yellow armor, and once again, Missy using those rockets to slap Ms.X right back down to starting over from scratch.
Absolutely pinned her against the wall, putting her on the board 10-1 right now. And you know, like you said, if Missy wins this, there's another map, and there's plenty of time in between those 2 maps for Ms.X to figure out what changes she needs to make to her configuration and possibly take the next match.
Well, plenty of time depending on how you look at it. Last time it took an hour to figure it out, and obviously at this point in time on the main stages, they don't have all that extra time to get things worked out. So Ms.X may be stuck with a disadvantage, but you know, Missy is possibly at the same disadvantage. I mean, they're using the same mouse, the same drivers, and unfortunately Ms.X just hasn't had much luck getting that set up quickly just the way she likes it. Very particular, very used to the way she is using her mouse in all the competitions that she does. It's hard to make that change. So we're looking at it, 13 minutes, 50 seconds. Ms.X has said already, not even at the final minute, good game. And it's understandable. I mean, it is a 9-frag game, and in 60 seconds, that's not going to change in any way that's going to benefit Ms.X. But we'll find out what that next map is, and for now, watch these final battles, because Ms.X really needs to utilize this final 50 seconds to continue to get used to that sensitivity.
Make herself comfortable, right, with her disadvantages.
You just can't give up, and I think we've talked about this in some of the other games. You got to make the most of the time, even when you know you're not going to win. It's not going to help you any if you check out of the game knowing you're going to be playing another
map. You still
have
to play like you can take it back. And granted, you can make so many spawn frag runs on dm6, but by a long shot, it's tough to make a 9-frag stretch.
Oh, absolutely. We're looking at the final 20 seconds of play. Got a shaft and rocket coming out. Missy, for Ms.X finally getting her second frag of the game. It's almost like that's all she wanted, was to be able to get that second frag and say, okay, listen, I can take you out of this game. I have to look at that gauntlet battle to give us the final score. These guys having some fun times. Missy does win that gauntlet, but it's 12-2. They've actually been put in their place by QuakeCon TV out there on the plasmas, and they're saying, come on, get going. So we've got Missy versus Ms.X beginning 3, 2, 1 here on ZTN3 Tourney 1. The match is started, and Loon, what's going on?
I'm jumping in eyes of Missy here. She is again getting the first Mega Health spawn, and the red armor already stacked up as I take a look at Ms.X. 100 life, 76 armor compared to Missy's 175 life and 100 armor. Picking up those armor shards, trying to find her opponent to get an early frag. It's only 20 seconds in, and she is already ready to do that.
Yes, she is. Now Ms.X up here with 100 health. Already, look at that. Nailed by a rail shot. That's what I was talking about. That's why Tourney 4 would not have been a happy place for Ms.X to be in. Missy with 120 health, 148 armor. Here comes the battle. Bouncing both of them around. Rockets going back and forth, but the first blood will be drawn by Missy. As our crowd predicted, Missy off to a good start. Will she stay true to what they think is going to happen? It's too early to tell, as we're just 1 minute into this 15-minute match. And Ms.X, she does have the yellow armor, but she's got to do a lot more than that if she's going to stand a chance.
Missy picked up that last Mega Health in the middle of that battle, just acquired red armor as well. She's up to 99 of 122 after rocket vaulting up to that red armor spawn. Picking up yellow armor in the lower yellow armor spawn as well. Now headed to the plasma gun yellow armor room. It is not there. Traces of Ms.X location as she turns around and picks it up just after spawn. 100 of 200 as Ms.X comes to the lower teleporter, lands a nice rail. Missy tries to answer with some lightning gun fire, picks up red armor, and then attempts to give chase. And she's going to back off to the lower yellow armor room and just let Ms.X come to her as she picks up that lower yellow armor.
Now Ms.X, the saving grace for her was that the 50 health was waiting around the corner, so she's back up to 100. That's a good thing. The bad news is, oh, there we go. Now she has some armor. For a while there, she was at absolutely nothing. Now she has 50 yellow armor. She's still not quite ready for an up-close and personal battle with Missy, but now that she has the Mega, this may be her opportunity. She's kind of opposite of Missy as far as her protection is concerned. She's got the health, Missy's got the armor, and so far not seeing a battle, but we may see one here, as here comes Missy with the rockets. Nice rail coming out from Ms.X. Missy down to 66 health. Ms.X not pushing here, and this may have been a good opportunity for her to actually have put some pressure. She's obviously not feeling super comfortable here, trying to take it slow instead of being aggressive and really pushing an advantage.
Well, she's in nice shape. She's got 157 life, 17 armor. Missy with 81 life, 184 armor. She just lands a rail. Ms.X sweeps in, picks up the Mega Health. Missy landing another rail back to back, doing some heavy damage to Ms.X. She's got 15 life. Right now she's just standing against the wall right beside the lightning gun spawn. Missy with 81 of 193 in the lower yellow armor room, revitalizing herself with a 25 life here, trying the rocket jump to the red armor, completely misses spawn, finds Ms.X waiting at the lower teleporter. She's gonna miss the rocket and fall back to the lower yellow armor again.
So here we are, 3 minutes, 10 seconds into this match. Ms.X having a tough time anytime she comes up against Missy, but now she's got the Mega Health. She's looking out there for a yellow armor inside. Instead, she finds Missy. Shaft versus rockets. Missy traps Ms.X in that back corner next to the rocket launcher and claims her second frag. Now 2-0. ZTN3, has a tendency sometimes to be kind of a low-scoring map. And so far what we're seeing here with 2-0 in the first 3.5 minutes, this may be a little bit slow as far as the scores are concerned.
It seems to definitely be holding true. Missy here with 85 life, 186 armor, picking up the armor charge. And just like on dm6, she's taken absolutely anything that Missy could want, or Ms.X could want after a firefight that she could heal herself up with to make her weaker so she can finish her off and get that conversion frag to put another frag on the board. Ms.X trying to rocket vault up to the red armor. She misses the jump. That's going to be a catastrophic maneuver. Fortunately, she manages to pick up Mega Health and is forced to leave a red armor for Missy. That's somewhat of an okay trade-off. She got her life back up. Now all she needs is to grab that upper yellow armor from the plasma gun room, which she just now does.
Absolutely. It's a good trade as long as you get the rest of the yellow armor. It's a bad trade if your opponent gets all of the armor and you're left with, oh, I've just got, you know, I've got a little bit of health. I mean, the armor is extremely important, so you have to find a way to make that work for you. So here we are with Missy, 100 health, 197, makes that 200 armor. She picks up some shards. Ms.X with 127 health, 88 armor, lobbing down the grenade. She will connect with Missy. Missy's still way too protected for that to slow her down, and we're watching for the next battle to come into play as Missy goes for that inside yellow armor down low, finds Ms.X, spamming some rockets her way, and Ms.X gonna make a run for it. Still not ready for the battle. Down 2-0 with 10 minutes left to go.
And you know, you can definitely tell that a change of pace in the match has come on. It feels like they've been playing for almost 10 minutes, but when you look at the clock, it's only been 5 minutes, and a lot of shots have been exchanged by both players, but we only have 2 frags on the scoreboard, both those belonging to Missy. Ms.X sweeping in, picking up that mega health, the lower yellow armor as well. She's going to assault the red armor. Nice lightning gun onto Missy, and she loses her direction, dropping down to the lower floor, bouncing around with some rockets. Ms.X puts herself on the scoreboard.
Finally.
Very nice work, taking Missy down with some very, very nice rockets.
So now Ms.X wants to keep this going, gonna try to get a rail shot in there, has Missy down to 28 health, shotgun comes out, Ms.X decides to rotate around and see if Missy's gonna come out the other side. She's spamming grenades down in the opposite direction of where Missy is located. Missy's still at 53 health, 15 armor, and Ms.X finds her, going for that mega health. That mega health saves Missy's ass, and Missy making a run for it with only 80 health. And look at that as we are tied up. Ms.X's rail finally online, and this is shaping up to be an excellent match.
She's in trouble now, though. She's got 18 life. She had to pause and wait to go through the teleporter. She's picked up that red armor. That's not going to do a bit of good with 18 life trailing. She finds herself a 25 life sphere and a second one to bring her up to 68. Takes on a little bit of shout fire from Missy, but she's still doing all right. 64 of 100, throwing some rockets down into the mega health hallway. That will be coming up soon, and she's just going to wait. And the lower yellow armor spawn. There's the mega health. Ms.X taking the time to find Missy's location, backing up to that mega health. She will pick it up, and hopefully she'll be able to make a run for red armor as well.
So these guys are pretty much swapping the items on the map. As Ms.X gets the mega health, Missy pops up for that red armor, and that's making them have some pretty good altercations so far on this map. But, you know, Ms.X, she's got to keep this going. She's found her groove finally. Took her about 20 minutes of play to do so, but as we pass the 7-minute point, Ms.X is primed and ready to take the lead. She came from the winner's bracket. She wants to remain the winner. She's given up one map. She doesn't want to make it two. Missy sniping from below, looking up towards that red armor. As soon as she looks away, Ms.X takes the red. Missy gets the mega. Once again, they're trading. But look at Missy right now, 170 health, 190 health, 190 armor. I mean, she's packed. She's got everything she could possibly want. Ms.X has gotten 2 in a row, and Missy does not want to make that 3.
Missy is ready to do battle on Ms.X, trying to stay away from her. She knows that she's stacked as she missed the last of mega health spawn, taking a little bit of shaft of damage from Missy. She comes back hallway. Missy shows herself from the teleporter exit. Ms.X landing some lightning gun fire and a rocket onto Missy. Missy's still doing pretty well as she picks up the mega health rocket battle in the mega health hallway. 72 life and 6 armor for Ms.X. Missy unable to make the conversion frag as of yet. She's excellent shape to do so. 154 life, 103 armor for Missy as she tries to chase Ms.X down.
Well, you know, and the good thing about this level for Ms.X is that she can take advantage of the corners and try to run away. This is a map you can run away on, but Ms.X may have to keep on running as she's down to 33 health. She sees that red armor, but she's not going to be able to make the jump for it as here comes Missy. She goes for the red, but misses the jump. She's going to take a second pass at it because she knows Ms.X doesn't stand a chance right now. Missy with the red, Missy with the mega, and now she's going to try to get a frag. Ms.X, 16 health.
As she came through that teleporter, a rocket right in the face of Ms.X, but she didn't stop. She kept moving. She's going to go through the teleporter once more and come back out, land a little more fire. They're going to exchange some shots. Ms.X in a very bad shape. 8 life, 34 armor, picking up the +5 life that's left for her in the plasma room. Missy, meanwhile, out of rockets. She's going to drop down to the lower level, spam some grenades on the Mega Health spawn, some plasma as well, take the teleporter.
She just wanted those rocket packs, man. She wanted 5 more.
She's out of ammo, and then she goes for the Mega Health and back for yellow armor.
So Missy, 187 health, 140 armor. Ms.X, you know, she's got 72 health, so she's getting closer to be back in control, at least enough to handle a battle. But she's really got to find a few more of those spheres. I mean, she's really had a hard time, and I know it is limited on the level. I mean, there's only the 25s out there, so it can be hard. But, you know, she's hoping to find something. She's actually hoping for the Mega right now. But Missy is going to chase her off of that. 9 minutes, 45 seconds having gone by, and it is still a 2-2 tie score.
Missy right now throwing some rockets down to the middle level after coming out of teleport. Shaft versus Shaft battle. Missy forced it down to the bottom level. 110 life, 86 armor. Ms.X not doing so bad herself. Takes a rail from Missy as she comes to the teleporter once more. Red armor is up. Ms.X trying to keep her from grabbing that. Missy makes a trade-off. Takes a rail from Ms.X, putting Ms.X in the lead. 3-2 right now.
So this is the first time Ms.X has been in the lead since these guys started playing about 25 minutes ago. And so Ms.X, she's got that lead, but she's also in a world of hurt. She's got 21 health, and that's what I'm talking about. One rail shot was all it took, and we are right back to where we were just a few moments ago, tied up. Now it's 3-3, and we have 4.5 minutes left in this match, and both of these competitors desperately want to win this one. This is not about taking it easy on your teammate. This is about being opponents in a 1 versus 1 matchup. There is no team in 1v1. You got to play your best game and just enjoy the competition. And these guys, they seem to be really enjoying this now.
I would have to agree. We got 5 minutes left. Shaft versus Rail in the plasma room, and Ms.X backing off. Both players in a little bit of trouble here. Missy manages to pick up the Mega Health and a yellow armor, battling over red armor, takes another rail from Missy, and Missy has just been handing those rails to Ms.X all match long. 100 life with 25 armor. Missy misses the jump, 2 red armor. She's had trouble with that jump throughout the entire match here on ZTN, and I thought she was going to try and make another pass. I saw her go down to the teleporter room, but I didn't see her come out.
No, she went down low and she thought, okay, maybe I'm going to go through here. No, wait, Ms.X is up there. I'm sure she's going to take it. On the other hand, for some reason, Ms.X is not bothered to get it. I think thinking that Missy would come across any second now anyhow, and she could do some damage. So these guys going back and forth. Ms.X, however, takes some pretty hefty damage, down to 20 health. She'll get a yellow armor, but Missy had that opportunity. I mean, Ms.X really could have pushed there, and she didn't, and Missy was able to regain some control, land the rail, and now Missy back in the lead, 4-3 with 3 minutes left to go.
Immediately after respawn, taking another rocket from Missy. Missy going for the conversion. Ms.X falls down, 18 life, almost craters, takes a rocket as Missy follows through the teleporter, putting her up by 2 frags now just that quickly, and I hope that this match keeps the same pace at its game.
Absolutely. Now, Missy, that's what both of them have been wanting this whole time, is one opportunity for a conversion. One chance to get 2 frags in a row and try to claim things. Now that Missy has the conversion, she's just going with it. She lands a rail shot, makes it now a 6-3 game, doubling the score of her opponent, Ms.X. And, you know, it's going to be tough for Ms.X now on a map like ZTN to bring this one back. Still possible in the next 2.5 minutes, but definitely difficult as we have Ms.X with 100 health, 65 armor, Missy 100 health, 138 armor, and that time she misses the red armor yet again, but she was denied more by Ms.X's aim than anything, and even not getting that red armor isn't going to slow down Missy as she's now up 7-3.
And it almost looks like that Ms.X is wanting to change the pace of the game. She plays a much faster ZTN than Missy does, and I think maybe the thought there is just you can speed the game up and force your opponent to play faster, give them less time to think.
Yes, but right there what we saw is I think Ms.X, this is going to be tough for her because at that moment she got nailed on the way down from the top level, and when she hit the ground there was no health left to save her. She cratered, lost one of her frags, and it is now a 9-2 game with 1.5 minutes left to go. 9-2 on ZTN means that Missy will win this one. Ms.X, we're hoping to see some more great shots. We'd love to see these battles going on between these two, and they might as well go out and have fun and just get a few more frags in on each other and see what they can do as we enter the final minute.
That's not saying that you can't come back from ZTN.
No,
it's saying it's extremely hard
comeback from ZT.
At 9-2, 7 frag spread, that is going to be an act of God that makes the spawns work out in such a way that you can actually convert that many frags in a row.
Especially with only 1 minute left.
Yes, yes. So we have 50 seconds left. We're watching these final battles. Missy goes back and forth, thinks about getting that mega, finally picks it up. Ms.X, on the other hand, has 22 health. She's not even worrying about it. She's out hunting for her teammate, looking for the battle. Does some damage. Here we go. Shaft on machine gun, and Ms.X can't dodge the damage. Dished out by Missy with under 30 seconds left, 11-3. And there you go. Grats, Jamie. I'm proud of you. Ms.X giving Missy the nod for coming back and winning this one and becoming the Ms.QuakeCon winner. Girls of Destruction, Missy.
So great to see that sportsmanship between teammates too in a grand final.
Well, you also know that when they go away from here, that now Missy owes Ms.X a drink. So they're going to be all fine after this. They'll be looking back at it and say, we had fun, we both went away winners, and good games played here. Gotta give them some love. Missy did come out there 11-4. You were right. Good call.